The irregularly rotating nut you see now hides a secret that is said to be capable of destroying the entire world. It was even blocked by the Soviet Union for 10 years, until it was exposed by the media after the disintegration. This is the terrifying Dzhanibekov effect. What exactly is going on here? During the space race between the US and the Soviet Union in the last century, the Soviet Union was the first to send humans into space and successfully conducted spacewalks. The United States was not to be outdone, directly taking the competition to the Moon project. After the United States achieved victory in landing on the Moon, the Soviet Union, unable to compete in the space race, decided to take a different approach and build a long-term space station. This was the Soyuz space station program. It was the world's first true space station. Among them, Soyuz 7 was the most mature space station in this series. It was launched in 1982 and operated for nearly 9 years, achieving great success. The bizarre Dzhanibekov effect was discovered during this period. On February 11, 1985, the power system of Soyuz 7 malfunctioned. Unfortunately, there were no astronauts on duty at the space station at that time. Soyuz 7, in orbit 300 kilometers above the ground, lost contact with Earth like a kite with a broken string. It could drift anywhere, or even crash to Earth. But at that time, Soyuz 7 had been in operation for less than 3 years. First, the Soviet Union did not want to abandon this space station, and if it crashed, it would be a disgrace in the space race. Worse still, when the United States learned of this news, they prepared to capture Soyuz 7 and obtain related technical secrets from it. The Soviet Union, upon learning this news, was instantly alarmed. They had only one choice left: to find the space station before the United States and repair it. After 4 months of preparation, cosmonauts Dzhanibekov and Savinik urgently boarded the Soyuz spacecraft to complete this mission. Among them, Dzhanibekov was the most familiar with docking, having manually docked with Soyuz 6. Savinik was an excellent maintenance engineer who had set the record for the longest flight time. It can be said that these two cosmonauts were the elite of the elite. After 2 days of emergency search, they finally found Soyuz 7, but at this time, the solar panels of the space station were not open, which meant it was completely out of power. In space, it would be like an ice cellar inside. More troublesome was that the space station, as predicted by ground personnel, was continuously rotating. To complete the docking, the Soyuz spacecraft had to maintain the same flight speed as the space station, which was 28,000 kilometers per hour. At such a speed, docking with the rotating space station was extremely difficult. A slight mistake could result in a fatal collision. Sure enough, the first attempt ended in failure. Ground personnel calculated that, to redock, the Soyuz's speed had to be increased. But at such a speed, they had only one chance, because failure would mean a collision. So, Dzhanibekov nervously controlled the spacecraft to accelerate and adjusted the distance bit by bit. Finally, at a thrilling moment, he manually docked with the rotating space station. Although the space station was successfully docked, the situation inside was very bad. Due to the power system failure, all the temperature control systems inside had failed, and all the equipment was covered with frost. This meant they had to repair the space station in extremely cold conditions. However, during the repair process, a very strange phenomenon occurred. Dzhanibekov, when opening the equipment sent from Earth, found it locked by a butterfly nut. When he removed it, the nut, in a weightless environment, did not maintain its rotation state, but suddenly flipped 180 degrees after a short time, then continued to rotate, and soon flipped back again. It kept repeating the cycle. This phenomenon, which defied common sense, immediately caught Dzhanibekov's attention, because when he looked out the window at Earth, he saw that the rotating Earth in space was like a magnified version of the nut. If the Earth suddenly flipped its poles, it would cause drastic changes in the Earth's environment. Super earthquakes, huge waves, pole reversals, climate changes, etc. These unimaginable disasters could wipe out most of the life on Earth. So after they completed their mission and returned to Earth, Dzhanibekov reported this discovery. The Soviet authorities took it very seriously and classified it as top secret. It wasn't until after the Soviet Union disintegrated in 1991 that a paper titled "The Twisting Tennis Racket" was published in a scientific journal. The paper explained that if you throw a tennis racket facing you into the air, it will not only rotate in one way, but also rotate half a turn around the axis through the handle. When you catch it again, you will find that the side that was facing away from you is now facing you. But if you throw the tennis racket from another angle, it will just flip honestly in the air, without any change. The same result can be obtained with your phone or book. This is similar to the Dzhanibekov effect. In other words, whether in space or on Earth, any rigid body can maintain a stable state when rotating around its first principal axis of maximum rotational inertia, or its third principal axis of minimum rotational inertia. But only when rotating around the middle axis will it flip. If we use a non-rigid body, such as a bottle partially filled with liquid, when it rotates around the axis of minimum rotational inertia, due to the relative position of the internal liquid, the bottle will experience centrifugal force due to the uneven mass on both sides of the rotation axis, causing the bottle to rotate around the axis of maximum rotational inertia, resulting in displacement. Therefore, we don't have to worry about the Earth flipping, because 71% of the Earth's surface is ocean. It is like this bottle filled with liquid, which will only rotate along the axis of maximum rotational inertia, which is the Earth's rotation axis, keeping it stable, so the Earth will not flip. However, some scientists claim that the Earth's magnetic field reverses every 500,000 years on average, and it has reversed more than 100 times in the past 70 million years. If this is true, it would be catastrophic for life on Earth. What do you think of this statement?